The final unit presentation for TOK of the Human Sciences by Gabriel Nato. The final task of this survey of this unit was to send out a survey to 10th and 9th and 11th grade students to have them answer a survey that would prove that they variously would lie about things, underestimate their weaknesses, overestimate their strengths, admit that not admit that they're willing to show that they hold an unpopular belief in evidence that they might say something and do another thing. There were various knowledge issues that were collected from this task, and they are presented here. And very interesting how they were received and how it is thought and concerned in relation with the human sciences. The main knowledge issue from this task is to what extent is information collected from social sciences reliable? And this is something that's been very big for hundreds of years, where a long-standing conflict between the natural sciences and the human sciences about what is reliable when you're collecting data. So one of the ways of knowing is reason, where there might not be reliability with people finding the need to logically protect themselves from answering things, and there's reason and logic behind portraying yourself anonymously and protecting yourself, and there might be possible data error with people holding reason behind it. An emotion might be the person conducting the experiment might have an emotional connection to the results, which would make the data unreliable. People answering it might be self-conscious and not be able to fully answer the question, which would result into lying, or they might have fear about how they answer it to be perceived as incorrect, like in Solomon Ash's The Test of Conformity. There's also language making the data unreliable, where there might be a misunderstanding, there might be communication barriers, offensive language, or communication errors. The conflict between the areas of knowledge with human sciences versus natural sciences, where human sciences is regarded as a subjective science, and it's believed that it's impossible to achieve reliable results like natural science does. So it backs up that the data collected from natural sciences may not be fully reliable. There's also ethics, when it says, when does achieving reliable results become unethical? How far can people go to try to collect ethical data and reliable data? When does it become unethical? How does purposely lying to skew the data unethical? How does people who answer the questions correctly become unethical? When they try to mess up the data or change it, which is why it's really important to keep your main goal of the experiments away from the subject so that they're unable to change it. And what are the ethical boundaries to have correct data? How far can people go to have reliable data? There are many different perspectives. One of them is that it's impossible to ever achieve reliable results in any science, whether it's human sciences or natural sciences. That theories are always changing, they're being proven and disproven, and nothing is ever set in stone. Everything is constantly fluctuating. Untrue data could also serve to prove something or disprove something. So if someone had data that was incorrect, they might have groundbreaking evidence to prove something that's been long withstanding, but that's completely untrue and false. An implication is having unreliable data and still continuing it. How ethical is it, and very misleading can it be? Having unreliable data really causes a major problem, which is in the end of having people skew the data. And is anything in science ever truly reliable? Or can any test with humans involved be without error? And is it possible to remove the error? And it seems very unlikely, though, that it could be possibly achieved to remove error. And when I was trying to do this experiment, I actually witnessed how unreliable human sciences can be at times, because the intended students for this, they never actually took the survey. I had to send it out to other students who were really familiar with what was going on. And the student who took this survey directly said that they were going to try and skew the data. Various students did not understand the survey or its purpose, which they might have answered incorrectly. Like one student said that various students said that they